Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Anta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So, one of the concepts in Srimad Bhagavatam about Krishna is that he is unique, one and only one, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unique means, first, there is one God, and second, there is only one God. That is the meaning of unique. So our service to Krishna should be also like that, our surrender to Krishna. We should surrender to Krishna first, and second, we should surrender only to Krishna. There's a difference. So same Krishna, one person, when he is among public, among devotees and others, they all see him in a different way. But he is still one. So one very classic example of this is when Krishna entered the wrestling arena of Kans. In Mathura, Raja Kans, he arranged a wrestling match and a Dhanur Yagya, sacrifice, bow sacrifice, worshipping the bow, the fire sacrifice to worship the bow. They used to worship weapons, special weapons. Like even today in houses you worship one day the kitchen. We do that? What is it called? Huh? Satam. What you do in that?
अभी हम लोग नहीं करते, लेकिन वो ठंडा खाने का, उस दिन फायर नहीं जलाने।
अच्छा, किचन को छुट्टी देने का।
अगले दिन बना लेने का, दूसरे दिन नहीं खाना।
So they worship the utensils, the gas and all. There's one day where they worship the books, the Brahmanas do that. The Kshatriyas, one day they worship the weapons. The farmers, one day they worship the plow and the hull and the bullock and bullock carts. And Shudras also, they worship the machines in the factory one day. So Kamsa had arranged a public worship of the bow. And it was a big function. So he invited everybody, including Brajvasis, Nanda Baba and his friends. And he also invited specially Krishna and Balram through Akrura. And he invited them that you are very popular in Vrindavan because you do nice kusti, wrestling. So you do kusti with my pelwans, my wrestlers. And Krishna used to play wrestling every day. Every day in the forest, he and his friends would wrestle. And in summertime, he will do it twice. In the morning before bath, he will apply oil on his body and do kusti for half an hour, sweat like anything. Then he will take bath. So, Krishna Balram were invited to wrestle. So Krishna Balram arrived. They toured the city. Next day, the sacrifice day, the program started. King Kamsa was sitting on the dais. All the public were there. Krishna didn't come on time. He came late. He made Kamsa wait for Krishna. And then Krishna came, he killed Kualya Pida, the elephant. After killing the elephant, when Krishna entered the area, there it is described, all the people who are sitting, they saw Krishna. How they saw? Before describing how they saw, we'll list who saw. Somebody can volunteer to write on the board? Come. We'll make a small list on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So who all were present in the audience? First is Kamsa. Put number also. And you go below 2, 3, 4 like this. Then the atheist friends of Kamsa, the atheist kings, you write atheist kings or impious kings. Then the wrestlers, Pailwan. Then Devki and Vasudev. Then the Brajavasis, Krishna's friends. Then the ladies of Mathura. Then the males of Mathura. Then the Vrishnis, the Khandan of Krishna, the family members. The yogis. Okay, that's Vrishni, VR. Some unintelligent people also who don't understand Krishna. Mudhas, right? Foolish people. So these are the kind of people who saw Krishna. One person, unique, but they all saw in a different way. Now let us see how they saw. Kamsa saw his death, Mrityu. He was in big fear that my death has come. You can write Kamsa, you can make a column. Yeah, so Kamsa saw as death. Kamsa from years was worried about Krishna and he tried to kill him multiple times. And every time Kamsa was unsuccessful, his fear increased. And now on the day of the sacrifice, when Krishna entered, see, Krishna is just an 11-year-old boy with a very soft body like butter. And Kamsa is king with power of 10,000 elephants, strength of 10,000 elephants. But still when he saw Krishna, his heart skipped a beat. He said, my death has come. And the only barrier between Krishna and Kamsa, between death and me, is these wrestlers. So Kamsa was hoping that these wrestlers will kill Krishna so that I am saved, otherwise he will kill me. So some people remember Krishna only at the time of death, when they are about to die, on the time of distress. Rest time they don't remember Krishna. They think I am happy. Even if a dog also thinks I am happy. Eating in gutter, I am happy. What is the use of that kind of ignorance? That kind of feeling of happiness and satisfaction that everything is good. No awareness of the goal of my life. That's unsuccessful life if one is not aware that I am part and parcel of Krishna. Even if that person is very rich, very famous, having lots of followers, having a position and status in the society, is a leader, big businessman or big politician, it's all useless, zero. Which is better, a big zero or a small zero? Zero is zero. If a teacher in the school, she writes on the paper a bigger zero for a student, he can't go and say, look, you got small, I got big zero. I am better. Or in the report card they give 2-digit zero. He can't say, I got 2-digit marks. Zero is zero. So if I am not connected to Krishna, I am zero. Somebody may be a big zero, somebody may be a small zero, but zero is zero, no value. So that comes. He's a big man, he's the king of the city. Everybody in the arena bows to him, and whatever he says happens, and he has 1 lakh soldiers standing to obey his orders. But when he sees Shyam Sundar, Krishna, who is so beautiful that one feels to offer flowers to him, he sees death. He sees death. That is his fear. Why there is fear? Because there is attachment to the body. And death means the body will be taken away. Everything related to the body will be taken away. So there is death, there is fear of death. So that's Kamsa. Then Kamsa's friends are also there who have come for the function. The atheist people. These atheist people, they worship Kamsa. They adore Kamsa. Why? Because Kamsa is more powerful than me. He is more rich than me. He has more followers than me. He has more subscribers than me. So they worship him. So these atheist people, when they saw Krishna, they saw him as a punisher or chastiser. Write down, chastiser. That this boy will punish us. A thief, when he sees a police, he understands he can punish me. Or even when he sees a gentleman, he understands I may be punished in this assembly. Why? Because he has done something wrong. So the mistake this atheist king have done is they have accepted Kamsa as their leader. They worshipped Kamsa. Krishna is the leader. Why replace him? That too with the wrong person. It will not work. So next is the wrestlers. Chanur, Mushtik, Shal, Toshal. These wrestlers have body like iron, like steel, very powerful. They were the topmost wrestlers. Kamsa organized wrestling match in all villages, and whoever the top in all villages, he organized a match of them. And final 5 participants, contestants, final 5 prize winners were standing there to kill Krishna. These were this Chanur Mushtik, and they were all asuras with very tall body and with very strong body and with very great skill and expertise of wrestling, who were given instructions to kill Krishna. And they saw this 11-year-old boy, Shyam Sundar, with a soft body. But they couldn't see the softness. When they saw Krishna, they saw some thunderbolt is coming. Thunderbolt. What is thunderbolt, you know? Lightning bolt. When a lightning falls on a building, the building can collapse. Vajra. That's very powerful weapon of Lord Indra. So the wrestlers, the Pahlwans, they saw Krishna as Vajra. Because they knew this boy has a capacity to kill us. Because they have heard Krishna is the one who lifted Govardhan. Even though Krishna is a small boy, but if this news is true that he has lifted Govardhan, then he can kill us. Because lifting Govardhan is no ordinary feat. The wrestlers cannot lift Govardhan. They may lift some weight every day. But lifting a mountain, that too for 7 days and night continuously, that's beyond. So the wrestlers saw Krishna as thunderbolt. Then who is the next? Devaki Vasudeva saw Krishna out of Vatsalya as their own son. And in fact, they thought this is unfair wrestling match. How can an 11-year-old soft boy wrestle with a professional, powerful, strong Pahlwan? This is an unfair match. If at all Kamsa wants to enjoy, he should have Krishna wrestle with another 11-year-old boys, not with such a professional wrestlers. But they were nevertheless very happy to see Krishna, because this is after 11 years in the prison, not being able to see your sons. So now after 11 years, Devaki and Vasudeva are out of the prison temporarily, still in the arrest. In the arena, seeing Krishna Balram, their son, who turned out to be so beautiful, so attractive, and Krishna is wearing very colorful garments. And that day, all ornaments which Krishna was wearing, they were made of cloth. He was not wearing any gold, diamond or silver. He was not wearing any metal ornaments. All ornaments he was wearing were made of cloth. Why? Anybody knows? This is because in the wrestling game, when Krishna happens to perform the pastime of falling down, then all these cloth ornaments will be soft on his body. If there were metal ornaments or stones, then they will hurt his soft body. So the devotee tailor, he made soft ornaments. See, Krishna's servants are so nice. So that nothing will hurt, like arms, legs and bangles and chains. Nothing will hurt Krishna. So Devaki Vasudeva saw him as their own son. The next is Brajvasis, the cowherd boys who had come with Krishna. They saw Krishna as our hero. Because the cowherd boys, they always saw Krishna as hero. And in all the wrestling matches in Vrindavan, Krishna would play, they would enjoy Krishna's fight. And of course, in Vrindavan, Krishna would not always win. Sridham and Subal and Balram, they all will wrestle. Sometimes Krishna's party would win, sometimes Krishna's party would not win. Krishna would allow to be defeated, and he will enjoy that. But here the boys, they were waiting to see that let the game start, and Krishna will beat these wrestlers and we will enjoy the action scene. So the boys who had come from Vrindavan, they were very, very happy. They were very, very eager. First, that our own village boy is participating in the king's wrestling match. And that too our hero is participating, Krishna, because nobody can defeat Krishna. In a friendly match he may get defeated, but the boys have experienced that Putana, Bakasur, Aghasur, so many demons came and they got defeated by Krishna. So in front of those demons, what is this Chanur Mustik? Not a big deal. So these boys will see Krishna as their hero. It's like a village boy entering an Olympic and his friends from the village sitting in the audience. They will see him as their hero. Yes, he will bring the medal for us. So Vrajvasis saw him as their hero. Next is? Yeah, the ladies of Mathura saw him, Kamdev, so beautiful, charming, cupid boy. And they were most affected by the match. They were crying tears and covering their faces and eyes and speaking ill about Kamsa. That how can an 11-year-old soft boy be allowed to have wrestling match with Chanur and Mustika who have iron-like bodies? This Kamsa is doing wrong. The ministers of Kamsa are doing wrong. There is injustice happening in the arena, and all this general public are not protesting against this injustice. They are all blind. They were mostly affected. But when they saw Krishna perspiring and smiling, the gopis would enjoy Krishna's beauty. And they would think that Krishna is enjoying this match. He is sweating also and smiling also. So if you are sweating and smiling, that means you are playing. If you are sweating and not smiling, that means you are doing your job. Right? In the factory, the workers sweat but don't smile. Or when you clean your house, sometimes you don't like, so you sweat but don't smile. But when you play football, you sweat also and smile also. Or when you dance in kirtan, you sweat also and smile also. So Krishna is sweating and smiling. So this combination means that he is enjoying the match. So when the ladies of Mathura, who already had been attracted to Krishna's beauty, when they saw him sweating and smiling, they understood he is playing the match, he is enjoying the match. So even though they found this unjust match, unfair match, but they couldn't close their eyes because they couldn't stop taking darshan of Krishna. And they couldn't leave the arena because they wanted to see Krishna Balram. Next. So the males of Mathura, they saw Krishna as a worshipable personality. As a best male. As the best male they saw. He is the best among men. Narottam, best among men, best among humans. Because they saw Krishna is strong, famous, very beautiful. All ladies are talking about him. And gentlemen. So they saw him as best among all males. Next. So Vrishnis are those family members of Krishna who were afraid of comes. Now when Krishna is present, they all had hope that he will kill comes and unite us again so that we can stay again with our families. So Vrishni saw him as their worshipable deity, Ishtadev, who will fulfill our desire. All the various Bhoja, Andak and Vrishni Vansh families, they were so afraid of comes that they all scattered here and there and stayed separate. Like Vasudev's children, Krishna Balram, they stayed in Vrindavan. Vasudev's another wife Rohini, she also stayed in Vrindavan. And Vasudeva Devaki were in prison. So many ran away from Mathura, staying separate from their family members. So now when they saw Krishna, they saw him that he will fulfill our desire. He will kill comes and we can again unite together with our family. Next. Yogis who were present in the arena, they saw Krishna as absolute truth, Param Satyam, on which we meditate. The unintelligent men, the less educated men, they saw Krishna as Vishwa Roop. They saw him as all-powerful personality. They have no conception of God as a person. So Krishna is unique. And this is just an example. We can write more. So different personalities saw Krishna in different way. And with this there are rasas. Like the ladies of Vrindavan, they saw Krishna in Madhurya Ras as Kamdev. Devaki saw as son, Vatsalya Ras. Kamsa saw as death, that's Bhaya Ras. He was afraid. So with this there are rasas also involved. So Krishna is Ras Bihari. He is fulfiller and enjoyer of all the rasas. So this Krishna, who is absolute truth, Param Satyam, Samam Bonam, Janmadi Asya Yataha, from whom everything emanates, who is unborn, from him everything comes, but he has no source. One definition of God is one who has no father. He is God. Everybody has a father. Father has father. Grandfather has father. That father has father. That father has kept doing research to find the person who has no father. He is God, Krishna. Even Brahma has father. So everything and everybody has a source. Krishna has no source. Origin of all origin. Cause of all causes. Anadir Adir. The origin, who has no source, no origin. The unborn. We are going to celebrate his birthday. One who is not born will celebrate his birthday. That's Janmashtami. That's so interesting. Just like the sun tomorrow morning will appear, we will not call it birth of the sun. And we will not call the east region as the mother or father of the sun. East direction. The sun will appear to my eyes tomorrow. Sun is there even now. But because it appears to my eyes, an event is created called sunrise. Actually, this event doesn't exist in the space. It doesn't exist. Just because I am an observer here, in front of my eyes this happened, so the event is created. So Janmashtami is like that. Krishna doesn't take birth. But 5,000 years before, this event happened because he appeared in front of the eyes of people. Before that also he is there, now also he is there. But that event occurred. And just like sunrise is so beautiful, Janmashtami is very beautiful. When Krishna appeared in Mathura, in the jail of Kans, every single living entity in that, at that time around, have felt peace in the heart. The ocean waves were very, very mild and peaceful. The breeze was very mild and fragrant. The moon, it was Ashtami day. Ashtami day is different from Purnima day. But on that day when Krishna appeared, the moon was full. It was Purnima moon. Very mild and soothing. And the stars were very mild. And all the flowers and the trees and the creepers and the shrubs, they were all blooming peacefully. And the animals were feeling very peace at heart. And the humans were feeling peace at heart. And the cows were happy, giving milk. And Brahmanas were happy, performing fire sacrifice and reading the Vedas. Every single living entity, every single natural element was peace and performing at his best. Because Krishna appeared. And we can all experience this as Janmashtami nears. Our heart becomes happy, enthusiastic, peaceful. We wait for that day. In temple we make preparations for 3-4 months ahead. And what day you are waiting for? A day where you are not allowed to eat and drink. A day you are not allowed to sleep or sleep very late. A day you have to do 100 times more seva than general days without eating, sleeping. And still we are waiting for that day. Which office goer, if he knows once a year such a thing is going to happen in his office, he is going to be enthusiastic about it 2 months earlier? No. But why we are so enthusiastic? Because when Krishna appears, our heart becomes joyful. This is because we have natural connection with Krishna. Anybody else, how much you love in your life, if their birthday is celebrated like this, no eating, no drinking, no sleeping, awake till night 12 o'clock and 100 times hard work, will you even love that person? Will you celebrate that event? No. How much ever you love. But Krishna's birthday is being celebrated in this way, and lakhs of people are looking forward to perform these austerities and still feeling happiness. And the only reason is because we are connected to Krishna. We are part and parcel of Krishna. If this connection was not present, we would not derive happiness. Night 12 o'clock, Krishna is being bathed with milk and curd and honey and fruit juice. And lakhs of people want to see that 1 second, one glimpse, and they stand in queue for 3 hours. Why? Because there is a connection. If one of you's birthday, night 12 o'clock, we do Abhishek, how many people will stand in queue to watch? There will be nobody. Who will come at night 12 o'clock to see you bathing with milk and curd and all? Nobody. And even we will not enjoy. But to have 1 second darshan of Krishna in such a big crowd, people wait for 3 to 6 hours. And that's our Juhu temple. Other temples, there is a Pandharpur temple and Tirupati Balaji. Sometimes the waiting is for more than 24 hours and 48 hours during peak times. That's because there is natural connection. We are part and parcel of Krishna. So when Krishna enjoys, being his part, we automatically enjoy. So we may fall in one of these categories, we may fall in different of course you are all devotees, we may fall in different emotional connections with Krishna, but whatever it is, we have attraction towards Krishna. And this is the purpose Krishna advents, to reclaim his devotees who have fallen in this conditional life. Somehow or other we are in the material world, busy with our sense gratification, busy with our fruitive activities. So Krishna comes down to advertise himself, look, I am here, come to me, sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayisyami ma sucha. That I am here, come to me, I have come for you. Like Mother Kunti prays that there are many theories, many opinions why Krishna appears. Some say he appears because Brahma requested Krishna to appear. Some say he appeared because Devaki and Vasudev prayed to have a son like Krishna. Some say he appeared because Mother Earth went as a cow to seek protection from Kamsa and other asuras. Some say he appears to establish religion. Some say he appears to glorify the king of Yadus, Yaduvansh. Some say he appears to be with established kings like Yudhishthira Maharaj. So there are so many opinions why he appears. But the main thing is he appears to attract his devotees. His devotees, when they hear Krishna's pastimes, or ordinary conditioned souls, when they hear Krishna's pastimes, they get attracted to him. And when you keep hearing every day, you will develop a desire that one day I want to see Shyam Sundar. One day I want to talk to him. One day I want to touch him. One day I want to sit and interact with him. And that desire becomes eagerness. If you hear every day, that eagerness will become greed. And if you continue to hear, that greed will become intense greed. And you'll go crazy. That's love for Krishna. And that's the purpose of ISKCON. That's the purpose of our life. To develop this bhav of love for Krishna. To develop intense attachment to Krishna. Krishna and only Krishna. Nothing else, nobody else. So by regularly associating with devotees, we develop this bhav. So Krishna appears on the day of Janmashtami. He is more merciful. Birthday boy. Birthday boy is more kind on the day of birthday. Right? Like in school, on the birthdays, the children, the kids, they carry chocolate in the bag. And what they do? In the class, everybody gave one chocolate. Now the same child, when there is no birthday, also has chocolate in the bag, but he doesn't give. But on the birthday, happily gives. Because birthday is more daya. So Krishna on Janmashtami, he gives more. Rasbihari gives more. He is merciful today also, every day. But on the day of Janmashtami, he is more merciful. So we do more service. We are already practicing devotees. Our main service should be to take care of so many visitors who come and give them opportunity to practice Krishna consciousness by giving them books, by giving them prasadam, by giving them association, so that more and more people take up Krishna consciousness. Okay, we'll end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
If there are any questions or comments, you may please ask.
Person, that is Kamsa, he is aware that he is fully fearful and he is aware that death is approaching him very quickly. So despite this, what did he send Akrura and he waited for expressing.
Okay, so Kamsa was sending different asuras to kill Krishna, but they were all failing. So Kamsa decided that I will kill Krishna personally. So when Krishna came, he overruled the law and order of Kamsa's in the city in the first day. He killed the washerman and he broke the bow and he killed the small army protecting the bow. So Kamsa arranged that the elephant will be there and the elephant will kill Krishna. If the elephant fails to kill Krishna, the wrestlers will kill Krishna. If that doesn't happen, then with my sword I'll kill Krishna. And he was confident on his sword because even Indra was afraid of Kamsa. So that's why Kamsa invited. Okay? Hare.
Prabhuji, we are practicing devotees. How do we look at it? I mean, only at Krishna.
We are servants of Krishna. So we look at him as our master, our maintainer, supreme enjoyer, supreme controller, supreme creator. Okay? Some may have feelings of friend or other father, but prominently we are Das, servant of Krishna. Krishna Das. Okay? Yeah, let us see if there are questions based on the class first.
I want to ask about Balaram.
No, let us see if there are any more questions based on the class. Yeah, any more questions? Yeah, go ahead.
Balramji carries a hull all the time, He's known as Hare. So, we don't find any story regarding this, he's doing plowing or something like that. Then why he carries that?
He does plowing, no? He does farming Leela. And he does plowing of our heart. Unless we invite Balramji to plow our heart, and unless he plows the field of our heart, Krishna will never come and sit in our heart. So the spiritual master represents the activity of Lord Balram in our sadhana to plow our heart. So when we obey the instructions of the spiritual master, our heart is ready for Krishna Prem. So we don't find much, because we don't read much, or we don't hear much, or our speakers don't speak much. Right. Any more questions? Okay, we end here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.